Global Risk Report is produced annually by the World Economic Forum with the support of Marsh Companies and other partners. It incorporates both a near-term and longer-term outlook, derived from surveys of business leaders as well as a broader risk expert community. So one of the key themes in this year's Global Risk Report is that geopolitical concerns are growing. Nationalism and societal polarization are growing in many countries around the world. This, in turn, is reducing multilateralism and our ability to collectively and cooperatively respond to key risk issues. These geopolitical changes are also increasing geoeconomic risks. In fact, 91% of the global risk expert community responded that they expect increased economic confrontation between major powers in 2019. Environmental risks are also a key theme. Extreme weather remains a critical concern. Another key concern is the lack of multilateral action on climate change mitigation and adaptation. Technology risks are another prominent theme in this year's Global Risk Report, especially in the survey of business leaders. The risk of cyber attack is the number one risk as identified by business leaders in virtually all advanced economies, with concerns of both data breaches as well as direct attack on the company's infrastructure leading to business interruption. And this risk is expected to grow. A number of the key risks highlighted for infrastructure include rising pressure from growing population as well as large-scale migrations, the increased threat of destruction from extreme weather and sea level rise, and finally, escalating cyber threats and their potential impact on infrastructure. There are a few key takeaways for businesses from this year's Global Risk Report. First, businesses should be more energetic and creative in identifying potential sources of business disruption for their particular organization, and then stimulate senior-level conversations around how to work to mitigate those risks. Second, firms should focus as much on risk response as risk prevention. There's an inevitability to having a certain number of shock events, and firms should focus on how to respond to fast-moving events with a high degree of uncertainty. Finally, firms should consider geographic shifts in risk and how this might change their strategies as it relates to investment decisions or their supply chains. I encourage you to use this year's Global Risk Report as a reference point as you think about external threats and how resilient your company is to them.